This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
You've just fallen on the podcast. £5 fine.
Do you remember our swear box?
Yeah, I do remember. Well, I remember the swear box.
Do you remember what happened when we tried to give the swear box to a Tourette's charity?
They told us to F off. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant
Pretty much, though.
they said they didn't want it. And I can
They
understand
didn't appreciate it because it's not just about swearing.
When we come in the morning, at about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they show Jeremy Kyle on ITV. And I think it was 10 years of Jeremy Kyle that they were celebrating, although it feels so much longer. And they had that fella, whose name escapes me.
Pete,
the guy with Tourette's that won Big Brother, right? And I, at the time of that series of Big Brother, was presenting a show on what was going to be, Channel 4 were going to launch a digital radio station. And so loads of companies invested in it. They kind of did it online and as podcasts, and then it was going to be digital. But then they pulled the plug because Channel 4 was going through a bit of trouble. And loads of production companies were furious because they'd spent a fortune kind of doing favours to making... Anyway, and we had that Pete guy on the programme. And we get, it was the internet, so there were no kind of rules of Ofcom or anything. But we gave there's going to be some bad language. He's got Tourette's, so he sat there and he's effing and jeffing, and I kind of noticed a difference between some of the Fs and some of the Jeffs. I went, right, Pete, some of those swears are your Tourette's, aren't they? He went, two effing, right? I went, right, and some of them, like that one, that's just you swearing, isn't it? That's just you being lazy. And he went, might be. I said, right, the Tourette's ones, you can have them. The ones you're just throwing in, no, take them back out. Take them back out. Put him in his place. Anyway, Big Brother.
did he stop swearing after that?
Hey, it kicked off on Big Brother, didn't it?
Well, yes, apparently. On the bit on the side it did. Someone threw a glass at someone else.
Vicky Michelle. I tell you what we'll do. I'm going to text Rylan while we're doing this, and let's see if he gets back.
I bet he's not allowed to talk about it.
Well, I'm not going to ask him what happened, because I'm going to write, you all right, love? You all right, love?
This will prove whether or not you're actual mates or showbiz mates.
Can I show you the last couple of texts I've had with Rylan?
Are they pictures of his...
No, you can't read them out. That's me in the blue. Miss your face.
Oh.
That's not what...
Is that what he's saying, the grey ones?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
What is it? Fruity?
Very fruity.
Ryland's totally hot
Ryland's
for Ian's
the grey
bod.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot for your bod.
He likes you, didn't he?
I love Rylan. He's such a sweet bloke. He
was very kind to us when we went to meet him.
He posed for a picture with your dappy sister.
Yeah. Dappy?
Sorry?
My only sister.
No, is your sister not Dappy from the Fun Loving Criminals? What was the group that Dappy was in?
N-dubs.
The N-dubs.
The N-dubs. Dappy. Shall we start the podcast?
Yes, that would be
Are our
Go.
vocals all warmed up?
Go.
Nom 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 nom.
Go.
Nom 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 nom.
Go.
Nom 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 nom.
Go.
Nom nom means two things, doesn't it? It means eating a sandwich,
And also...
eating a sausage.
Last
Welcome.
action, Kat.
Nosh.
I'm noshing down on that delicious sausage. Pass the mayo.
On a sausage?
Oh, I'll have mayo on anything. Oh, I'm very continental in my condiment.
I'll do chips and mayo, that's fine. But not on a
Chips and
sausage.
mayo.
Stop messing
Chips
about.
and mayo. I'll have mayo. There's the things I'll have mayo in, not salad cream. I'm not my mum in the 70s.
I like
I'll have-
salad cream, though.
Yeah, I know, 'cause you're my mum in the 70s. I'll have mayo on chips. I'll have mayo on jacket potato. I'll have mayo in a cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
I'll have mayo on bacon et la sausage.
I'm not much of a condimentist.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not much
She
of a
likes
what?
it.
Condimentist.
Oh, I thought you... Okay.
You like it dry?
I just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Unless it's a bit bland, then
I love
add
the mayo. Sorry,
to
the mayo,
it.
the ketchup, the vinegar.
I do like Vins.
That's a con.
Yeah, I know it's cons.
I like the vin. I do like the salt, but it's very bad for you.
What about a chutney?
Oh, I like a chutney. I like a posh chutney.
Piccalilli?
Relish?
No, I don't like a piccalilli. Piccalilli, any lily.
Piccalilli ain't natural.
Savage.
It's bright. It's luminous yellow. That should not be going anywhere near your body.
Kelly offered one. What con did you offer? Just then you offered one.
Relish.
Do you? Okay, and
Scene.
Before we even start, if you've never heard my podcast or my show, then this is the sort of thing you can expect.
I think that is a ridiculous idea. Click that.
Doorbells.
So boobs is not news.
That's old news.
That's old news. That's old news. That's old news. That's old news. That's old news. Everybody?
That's
old news. Justin, you want to have a quick go with us?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Here we go.
That's
Old news.
Great times.
Love
Classic.
that guy.
Love that guy. Classic bands. I'm digging the vibe. I'm just a little bit tangled up in my headphones, but that's groovy. You've not seen my green jacket, have you, Just?
No, I haven't, boss. No,
Lost
are you
it.
accusing me of stealing it? Or?
No. I did accuse Kelly Betts of stealing it last night when I sent her a text saying, "Did
Apology
you?"
accepted.
Thank you, I do.
See, Kelly could probably use that as some sort of tent, couldn't she?
Are you saying Ian's fat?
Or that she's like like an ant.
What are you saying, dog?
Who are you belittling or belaging?
It's just classic bands, guys.
Hey,
Yeah,
I don't
classic
know,
bands.
It's bands. I don't know if it'll
Yeah,
go under
classic.
if I file it under classic. I don't know if I file it under C for classic. C for something, but probably not C for classic. Hello? Hello? Guys, they've gone. Hang on. Maybe they're in this cupboard. Hello? Hey, this cupboard is big. Let me just have a little walk through the cupboard. Gosh. What a big... I remember this. Ah! Oh, I'm back here. In the studio.
Such a plum.
Oh, come on, that was good!
It was good.
Theatre of the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind.
Are you in the cupboard again?
I'm in the cupboard, and you're not.
Well, good. I wouldn't want to be in there with you.
Where am
Kelly's
I?
in with me.
Oh, hello. It's cosy in here, isn't it? Get off.
Perhaps you should get out of the cupboard.
I'm going. Oh, that's disgusting.
Of course it was.
Really moist.
Once bitten, twice shy. Won't get me in there again.
Catherine, your coat is hanging up on this coat hanger at the back of the cupboard. Come get.
Can we do the podcast first?
Okay, I'm coming back out. Hey, girls, you
Hey.
alright? Yeah, I left your coat in there. Sorry, I could have brought it, but it was hanging on a really weird-shaped coat hanger.
You want to get that looked at?
I wish someone would. If you're still here, then congratulations and indeed commiserations. Here are the great, the average, and the shockingly awful bits of the week. Yeah! Now, Lister Hospital security guards have been given the power to issue fixed penalty notices for antisocial behaviour. So, if you make a nuisance of yourself or you're antisocial, they'll have the power to demand your name and address and issue fixed penalty notices. Dr. Sean Gabb is the director of the Libertarian Alliance. Morning, Sean. What are your thoughts on this? Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
Good morning. I agree that there are many functions currently discharged by the state which might more efficiently be discharged by by private contractors. However, I think it is very dangerous to give a private organisation or the employees of a private organisation the coercive powers of the state. I think it's a good general principle that if you have coercive powers, then you should be accountable via the mechanisms of the state.
Right. So are you saying that security guards in hospitals should be allowed to issue fines?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that a security guard should be able to go around and check that things are all right, should even be able to use defensive force. But what you're talking about is the judicial and indeed the coercive powers of the state. And if you exercise the powers of the state, you should, at least for the moment, be accountable via the state. I'm not against privatisation by any means. The Libertarian Alliance believes that there should be as small a state as possible. But as I said, we're not talking about something like the privatisation of British Telecom, which was an entirely good thing.
Well, we lost Busby.
We're talking about privatising the coercive powers of the state.
Well, then,
and
but
these
no,
should
but-
not be private.
Well, but they're not. What they're saying is, I don't know if have you been to A&E at 2:00 on a Saturday morning?
I think the point you're making is irrelevant. The point
I haven't
that
made
is
the...
being made...
Sean, I haven't made the point yet. I haven't made the point. I remember you.
You're saying that there are people vomiting up all over the place.
No, I'm not. Sean,
and
you're putting
being
words in my mouth and then extracting them again. I haven't...
Oh, go on. Have your point.
Thank you so much, Sean. Have you been to A&E on a Saturday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning?
It's not a place that I tend to frequent.
No, I don't tend to frequent. Very few people tend to frequent it. They go there because they've had an accident, or it's an emergency, or they're a numpty. I've been there. I've had to go there a few times because sometimes life doesn't go according to our plans.
Yes.
Sorry, Sean? Am I boring you?
No, because the
just illustrating a point.
Your point you're making.
I haven't made it yet.
Somebody needs to have some kind of coercive power over these
I haven't made the point yet, Sean.
It should not be a private contractor.
I haven't made the point. Let me make the point.
Well, go on. I'm silent.
I can still hear the attitude, though, Sean, if I'm honest. You get some idiots at A&E who are violent, who are aggressive, who are obnoxious, who are rude, who make other people feel intimidated. The police are busy doing other bits and pieces. Why shouldn't the security guards be able to say, right, give 60 quid fine unless you button up your ideas? Button up or buckle up? Unless you sort out your ideas.
Very well.
Buck up.
I've answered your point in advance.
I know, but I like to have a conversation in a linear fashion instead of...
I know, but I sound like a Kremlin teleprompter at the moment. What I'm saying
sound like something, mate.
If you exercise the coercive powers of the state, you should be accountable via the mechanisms of the state. The current police we have are perhaps not the best that might be imagined, but giving the current coercive powers of the police to more or less unaccountable private corporations is not the way towards a market-based society. If you have any interest in civil liberties and due process of law, you should be very concerned about this development.
Sean, I have a civil liberty to sit in a hospital at 2 o'clock in the morning with my 5-year-old son and not have someone off their face on ecstasy dancing in front of me in a sexually suggestive manner.
I'm sure there are better ways of sorting these things out than to give the powers of the state to private contractors.
For example?
You could call the police, or you could simply throw these people into the street.
Aha! Right, 2 points. First of all, the police are busy; they can't come out. So you're allowing hospital staff, private contractors, to manhandle people who are mentally confused and dancing, and eject them out on the street with aggression? That doesn't sound very libertarianist.
So there's a fundamental difference. You're using defensive force there to put people into the street.
They're just dancing.
Look, if someone comes into your house and makes a nuisance...
Look, your point is irrelevant. They're just dancing, Sean.
No, if you throw someone out of your house, you're simply protecting your property. If you imprison him and demand that he must give you his name and address and pay a fine before you let him go, that is not using defensive force. And so if someone's making a nuisance of himself in a hospital, kick him into the street.
Kick him?
Do not give private contractors the coercive powers of the police.
So just to clarify, Sean, and I love the sigh in your voice. You've maintained it for the whole 6 minutes. Just to clarify, you don't want to give security guards the power to fine people, but they have got the power to physically kick people. Gosh.
There's a fundamental difference between the two.
Well, one's a fine and one's violence.
I hope your listeners have perhaps greater acuity than you have yourself.
Oh, I think they've got acuity. What does acuity mean, Catherine? Google it for me. So you're saying it's okay, we don't want them to fine people and demand their name and address, but they can physically... kick people, as you said.
Got it in one.
Thank you, Sean. Always a pleasure. We'll speak to you again, mate.
Good day to you.
And a good day to you. What are you doing today, Sean? Anything nice?
Well, I imagine the day will get rather better from now on.
Okay. Going out for lunch?
No. Am I on air still?
Yes.
Okay. Well...
Do you want a coffee?
My life is my own, but... you have a nice day. Have we finished the interview yet?
We have finished, yes, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
Do you fancy a lunch?
If I said to you, I find your entire train of questioning somewhat impertinent. Would you just switch the microphones off?
No, they're still on.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, what else do you want to talk about?
Well, you could hang up, Sean, if you want. I mean, I'm genuinely enjoying the vibe.
No, I'm not enjoying the vibes at all.
Okay,
I have a cold, I'm impatient, and I want to go and have a shower. So
please do,
you
sir.
Turn the microphones off.
You hang up, sir. Dr. Sean Gabb there.
Bring it.
No, hang on. Whoa. Hey, whoa. Hang on. No, hang on. Well,
What are you doing?
I don't know what. Hang on a minute. Oh,
We're
no.
not getting jiggy, are we?
Bring it.
I'm trying
Bring
to play.
it.
I'm trying to play the Who.
Bring it.
No,
Is this not them?
Bring it.
no. Hang on. Right, that should do it.
Bring it.
No. Why is this even on my computer? This is my computer.
For your dance practice, isn't it?
I've lost all the good stuff. I've still got the Wesley Willis, by the way, guys. Don't worry. And I need to listen to that to find a track that we can play on the air that hasn't got swearing in. I could play you some Wildman Fisher. You aware of Wildman Fisher?
No, who is he?
Oh, you'll like Wildman Fisher. He's good. Hang on a second. Let's go to the Fisher King disc. No, let's not have that. Here we go. You'll like this. I like. Do you want? I'm a Truck. I'm a Truck.
Okay.
I'm a Truck turns songwriting on its head, guys, because the song becomes the song that he's singing about.
I'm a truck. I'm a truck.
Say, mister, are you a truck?
Yeah, I'm a truck. Can I have a ride? Sure, hop in. Oh, I'm a truck.
Listen, you turn the radio
I'm
on.
a truck.
Say, mister, you ride good. Mind if I
He's
turn
doing
on
both
the radio?
voices.
Go
Turn the
ahead.
What song
Who
is
is
playing
he?
on the radio?
Now the chart topper on this week's Top 30 Countdown.
gosh.
I'm a truck.
That's the song that's playing
I'm a
on the
truck.
radio. Anyway, let's have the Who. Oh! Hey, it's me again. Podcast link Iain. I'm like the radio Iain, but less grumpy, and I'll be honest, more handsome than that guy. But the next Iain you hear will be the Breakfast Show Iain, who's really grumpy and, I'll be honest, doesn't look good for his age. It's the same voice, but a different guy, but the same guy, but it can't be because I'm here and he's over there. Let's have a listen. David Cameron, it's alleged, smoked weed when he was at university. It's been described as the normal university experience. Yes, it was a big story. And now the furore has died down. Everyone's not quite so sombre. It's not quite so macabre. And I don't think anyone cares, just.
Well, you put the question out earlier on. If this is true, okay, do you think more of him? Do you think less of him? Or do you think the same?
Yep.
Now, some of your phone calls today have been really honest. We needed honesty on the streets with this one as
Yes,
well.
we did, mate.
I've been out there asking that question. Some interesting results. Here's what happened. Ross, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18 years old. David Cameron, if he was having the odd doobie, let's say, back in the day, all right? It's a serious question. Do you think more of him, less of him, or the same?
I still think he's an if I'm honest.
I think you've said all you need to say.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, thanks, mate.
Cool.
More of him, actually, because he was a normal youngster.
You don't think it's outrageous that our Prime Minister back in the day was taking drugs, hypothetically?
No, he was a youngster, he was a teenager, he was out with his mates. No.
Sounds to me, how can I put this? It sounds to me, if this is true, that you could probably relate to him more.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've done it.
The same.
Can you tell me why?
I think it's part of growing up, don't you?
Well, it's not for me to comment.
I think it is.
So were you doing that?
No.
You're lying, I think. But you think his ability to be our Prime Minister based on something which happened years and years ago has got no relevance on today?
Not if it was just taking spliffs, no. As he's growing up as a youngster, no.
If it was more, you think that would have an effect?
Like what?
Cocaine?
Oh, yeah, that might be a different thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So if it was the odd spliff, you don't see a problem with that?
No, not at all.
I don't think it'd bother me, really.
Why doesn't it bother you? Is it because you... And I'm going to put it to you. You're laughing. Were you doing the same when you were younger?
Probably. I'm not going to admit outright, but probably, yeah.
What's a mixed bunch? Let's get the impression, Justin, the thoughts of a wise old soul who's not got many days left to haunt this earth. Matt, Was that a little laugh, Matt?
Yes.
You're having a little laugh there.
You
That's
are
the first time.
person
Write this down in the diary, guys. Today is the day that Matt in Luton had a spontaneous, non-sarcastic laugh. People will be celebrating this day. It will forever be known as Matt Laugh Day. Do you remember where you were when Matt had a laugh? Yes, I do. It was the 22nd of September. It was just before 9 o'clock in the morning. And I couldn't believe it. The clouds parted. The sun shone. It was like the second coming.
Dear, oh dear.
Didn't last long. Only lasted a few seconds, and then it went again. And Matt was his usual miserable self.
You just listen, mate.
I'm listening, Matt.
Ian's fallen in love with Jeremy Corbyn.
The what, sorry?
This is the day that Iain Lee...
Hello, that's my name. Pleased to meet you. You had to question it.
fell in love with Jeremy Corbyn. That's all you seem to talk about now.
Sorry?
He is an absolute crap prat.
We've hardly crap prat. We've hardly.
You're having a go at David at Cameron?
No, I've not had a go at Cameron at all.
Oh, you are.
Give me an example of where I've had a go at David Cameron today.
So he smoked cannabis. So what? So what? Let him smoke it 30 years ago. What's the matter? What did you do 30 years ago, Ian? I'm fed up with you criticising people and slagging people off. Especially me. And David.
Here, you can do this one, Kelly.
No. Have you seen? Okay.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. That's
if
why.
you like things that are silly, a bit disgusting, and slightly out of tune, then this, my friend, is right up your bumhole.
We're the BBC. Can we say bumhole?
She's a podcast editor. It's her job.
I'm playing my teeth.
Don't do that.
Hang on a minute. Let me just play my... Hang on a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, live at the Royal Albert Hall, playing his teeth, it's Mr. Keith Moon. What song was that?
William Tell over.
Yeah, it was! Okay, here's one for you.
It's always
No,
that.
don't.
No, okay, I'm going to do... Okay.
Name that tune.
Name that tune on my teeth. Right. This is what the Saturday show's going to be. I've always worked it out. It's this. Okay. What's wrong, Kelly?
I don't like it.
Okay, here we go. Name this tune. Okay. Okay. I felt your teeth.
Good.
I'm really out of breath. Catherine, any ideas?
That face you did when that was horrific.
I have to expose my teeth. I think I'm bleeding. Any ideas?
Da.
No. Kelly?
No.
It was a hip song. You get it. Okay.
Stop. Is it the Beatles? Thing you knew about Obra Sergeant Pepper's Lonely
Oh, Catherine got it,
Hearts
Sergeant
Club
Pepper's.
Band.
You'll go. You got massive teeth. This will be easy. Go on.
All right, hang on, let me
I'm
think.
I'm bleeding quite
Hope
soon.
you are.
All right, let me think.
Thanks, Kelly.
Let me think.
There you go.
Let me think. All right, here we go. This is horrible.
Okay. But you got really big teeth. This is going to sound awesome.
It'll be loud.
Da 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 da.
No.
No. Give it to me one more time.
It's one of our favourites. Kelly, you should know this.
Okay.
Pay attention.
Okay. Any ideas, Kelly Betts? because I haven't got a clue.
Is it a Mama Cass song?
Yes.
Is it Make Your Own Kind of Music?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly, do you want to play My
No.
Teeth?
No.
My Teeth?
I
They're
really
here.
don't like the sound of this.
Come and flick my teeth.
No.
Flick something of mine, please.
My finger
Okay.
really hurts.
I would
now.
love you to flick something of mine.
What?
The teeth, ideally.
Mm?
You could twang my earlobe. Got something else you can twang as well.
Mhm.
My long fingers. Fun game, huh? Doesn't it hurt?
My finger.
My teeth hurt.
I've hurt my bird.
There we go. Well, that really was probably the lowest
Anyway.
ebb we've ever sunk to. Don't go to school, kids. No need. All the education what you could ever need and want is in the next few minutes of what I like to call this podcast. Brap!
The stakes could not be higher with lottery funding up for grabs, but is bridge really a sport?
No, it's not. And chess isn't a sport. There are loads of people on Radio 4 and LBC who go, well, chess is a sport. No, it's not. Chess isn't a sport.
James O'Brien dropped a catch yesterday because I heard him talking to this bloke who said it's very physically demanding playing bridge. You have to think. No, that's not physically then, is it?
No, that's
mentally.
mentally. No, I couldn't believe that he was doing it for half an hour, and I've got ultimate respect for that gentleman. 30 minutes. Oh, it's bridge is sport. I can't do a James O'Brien impression.
You have to put your hand on your.
So, what I want to... I'll work on that.
Service is slightly brummy.
I'll work on that because I'll be able to get that. I'll be able to do a James O'Brien. Yeah. Not career-wise and financially earning-wise, but certainly in voice-wise. So the answer to that question, no, it's not a sport. Things that aren't a sport. Bridge, chess, and cricket. They're not sports.
Oh.
No, cricket's not a sport. How can a sport last 2 days and have you stop for lunch? No.
But they do sweat.
I don't
Or
think
do
so.
you say darts?
Yeah.
No.
Do
Is that a
you want me
sport?
to say it now?
No.
Go on
Darts.
then. Is that a sport?
Darts.
No.
Yeah, the darts is a sport.
Arrows is his pub game.
No.
That and dominoes.
No. Darts is a sport.
No.
This is hard work.
I do that without throwing the arrows.
You do
Should I
that
get a
without,
medal?
you do that without holding a glass.
Wow, that would be some hell of a.
I am miming supping a lovely pint of beer. Lovely beer. Ooh, lovely beer. Ooh,
That looks more like a
some
yard.
darts.
Anyway, no, it's
No,
not.
that for a while. So no, it's not. So that's that sorted.
What else isn't a sport?
Uh,
Jogging.
Well, no one's ever said jogging's. But I tell you what I do like. What do they call it? Mincing? No. Power walking. I love power walkers. I love it because there is no way you can. Who's the butchest man in the world? Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk Hogan, right? There's nothing camp about that guy.
Well,
at all.
there is a bit. Let's choose someone else. Who were we talking about yesterday?
Charles Bronson.
No.
Not the murderer. The actor.
No, the other fella.
Edward Woodward.
No, the one that could. We were putting in a fight against the Fall Guy.
Thor.
No.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris, right? Imagine you're in Hyde Park, right, and Chuck Norris goes power walking past you. You go, oh, blimey, he looks camp, doesn't he?
Just shut it, pal.
You shut it. He looks camp, doesn't he, Chuck? So no one can look. Power walking is for elderly women. That's all it's for. For camp people who've got to get somewhere who are late for a train, and old women. That's what it's for.
It looks to me like they've got uncomfortable underwear and they're trying to work it out.
You know, did you know that someone invented jogging?
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm asking them.
No, it's not an invention. It's just a thing you do. It's faster than walking.
No. Someone invented jogging. And do you know how he died?
Yeah, I do. Heart attack jogging.
Heart attack jogging.
Doing it wrong, turns out.
It's an American guy. He invented jogging in like 1972. So just think for a second. Before 1972, there was no such thing as jogging or joggers. Joggers didn't exist. There was either walking or running. And that was it. Power walking didn't start until 1993.
So if there was no jogging, what did people do when they were running for the train and then realised they weren't going to make it? What was that in that transitional thing?
They just
stopped.
They just stopped and went, oh.
They didn't do a little...
If only there was some in between. But I've only got slow walking or fast running, and I've not got the puff for
Embarrassing.
running. Or running would probably be running would probably be too fast. I get there with plenty of time with running. Walking, I ain't never going to make it. There's just nothing. Ah, well, let's go home. So before 1972, there was no jogging or joggers. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Before 1965, and this blows people's minds. Before 1965, there were no such things as pockets.
What do people have? Bum bags?
No, there were no pockets. And this is... Tobias Pockets, a Dutchman, invented pockets 1960... Pockets or something. I don't know how you say it. Pockets.
Dutch.
My name is
Pockets.
Tobias Pockets. He's got an umlaut.
Perkage.
Before, no such thing as pockets. And people go, oh, that can't be true. Ever seen a picture of Jesus with a pocket?
Hang on a minute.
Picture of Henry VIII with a pocket. A picture of the Beatles before Help with pockets.
I can bust this myth. Lucy Lockett, she had a pocket. That was well before the 60s.
No, it wasn't, though.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch Help, the Beatles film, right, they are covered in pockets. Do you know why? Because they were getting a few quid from the pocket company. Honestly, all of their jackets, they got pockets here, pockets there. Paul keeps opening his jacket and you see his inner pocket that side. Ringo pulls drumsticks out from pockets.
Product placement.
Product. Thank you. It's the modern equivalent of having, I don't know, think of something modern, a Blockbuster video store in an episode of El Dorado. It's product placement. Honestly.
Gosh, I'm not sure if I believe you.
No, honestly, there was an episode of El Dorado with a Blockbuster video in it. Marcus, go to get the Ghostbusters. Serious bit now. A Buckinghamshire Thursday show, guys, it's got to be said. Partly, I think, because I've lost my cat, and that's not me being flippant. I've genuinely lost my cat, and I'm heartbroken. And I did the walk. I did the walk around the block looking at curbs the other day, just in case. Anyway. So, but Thursday's show was angry and feisty. It wasn't all me, was it?
No.
There was other people as well.
There's other people saying one thing but not saying another.
Well, one of the stories that it did get very tense was this one about a Buckinghamshire fundraiser who apologised for using the image of Syrian toddler Aileen Kurdi on leaflets asking for donations for Callie. It's the picture of that kiddie on the beach. John Van Wienen is the gentleman, and he's had a number of complaints from people upset at being confronted by the hard-hitting image. Well, he came on the show. I was told he was coming on to issue a full and grovelling apology. It's not quite what happened.
It was a small picture on the front of the leaflet, and I thought it was a good picture to put on there. The one that had been all around the world, everyone had seen it.
No, they hadn't. That's not true.
Well, most people had seen it.
Well, again, I don't know if that's true. I did everything I could to avoid seeing that picture.
Everyone had seen that picture. As far as it had been on every newspaper, every news channel, in every newspaper, every television.
But that doesn't mean everyone had seen it, John. And to push it through someone's front door is you must have realised that was a little bit sneaky to do that.
Well, I think you're using the wrong word there, Ian.
What word should I be using, John?
I think it was. With hindsight, I would have probably used a different picture, one a little less dramatic. But I thought at the time it was the right picture. If you look at charities generally, and they need to attract revenue or whatever, they use dramatic pictures.
Very rarely do they use a picture of a dead 3-year-old.
Well, that picture's been round the world.
No, John, but you keep saying that. But we did, some people did their best, me included. I did my best to avoid it, and I unfollowed everyone on Twitter after it was retweeted, and I was forced to see it. But people don't want that pushed through their letterbox, do they? It's one thing it being in the front of a petrol forecourt, and again, I thought that was unfair. But to push it through someone's letterbox, you must have thought, John, this is actually going a little bit too far. You had good intention, but
no.
Wow. Wow.
Well, there you are. You've got nothing to say because I didn't think it was too dramatic at the
I've got a few things to say, John, but I'm biting my tongue to be polite.
Well, 70 people have gone onto Facebook and they've had a chat. Now, the interesting thing is that when I saw it, I'm not on Facebook myself, but when I saw someone showed me...
Oh, you should go on there. There's loads of pictures of that are really unpleasant on there. You might like it.
Well, let's talk about the issue, shall we?
I wish you would, John, yes.
Well, I am doing that. When I saw what people were putting on Facebook, and it was only small, there were 70 people out of 3,300 doors that I put leaflets.
70 people is still a lot of people to be upset. John, come on, you must, John, come on. But I would be furious. Imagine I've got a 3-year-old boy, right? That boy that died, he's my boy, right? He's my mate's daughter. He's everyone's child, right? And I would be furious if someone posted that picture through my letterbox, because my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old, they like to go and collect the post. And I think, I'll be honest, John, I have been biting my tongue. I think it's pretty irresponsible to force that on people.
Okay, well, you have your view. As I said, with hindsight, I would have probably used a less dramatic picture.
Which one would you have used? The one of him being carried away by the copper?
I saw that as well. I wouldn't say that I would have used that one. I would have used another one of refugees.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And there's a significant difference
let me
between.
tell you,
I will, John. I will do in a second. But you have to accept, mate, that you did something that was wrong. Come on, that was inappropriate
No,
to
I
force
don't
that
think I
image.
did,
To
because
force
the
that image on
majority-
people.
The majority of people are very, very supportive of what we're doing.
Yeah, well, what
Now,
you're doing is great. What
no,
you're doing
no.
is great. You are trying to raise, you're trying to get stuff for refugees. That's great. The way you did it, actually, is aggressive, is unfair, and is, I think, to post those images through people's letterboxes, I'll be honest, John, I think it's disgusting.
Really? That's a very strong word.
Yeah, well,
Anyway,
sorry, yeah, John,
well,
John,
what I
are you,
suggest
John,
you do-
John,
what I
John, can you
suggest
listen
do,
for a
if you
second?
haven't
Instead of,
already d-
John,
If you haven't already done
John,
this, Ian,
John, instead
go
of coming,
on
John,
Facebook.
John, instead of coming back with your clever little riposts and your batbacks, why don't you address what's being said to you?
I've just done that.
No, you've not. You've just come back with a clever little line, thinking that you'll get away with that. No, it's disgusting putting that image through people's letterboxes. Supposing a young kid had found it. Is that all right?
Well, if a child had found it, I agree now that it possibly was the wrong picture to put on. But at the time, I wanted to actually get people behind me and let people see what is going on in the real world. And it's true. That's what's happening.
Yeah, we know that's what's happening, John. We know that kiddies are drowning. We know that. We don't need to have the picture put through our letterbox. That's aggressive.
Now, I suggest that you go on Facebook today. I haven't, because I'm not on it.
Well, hang on a minute.
But
Don't
go
tell
on
me
it
to do
today,
something that you
because
haven't done yourself, buddy.
I was telephoned yesterday by people, and you'll find some very, very nice comments from a lot of the people
And that's,
who
John,
actually made the original comment.
John, that's great, but it doesn't address the fact that there are a lot of people that are upset by what you did, and you don't seem to accept that maybe you might have done something wrong.
With hindsight, I say I may have used a different picture.
Gosh, that really is a convincing apology to all those people.
Have I got the message across? Yes, I have.
Yeah, got the message across
Only
that you...
aid is going from strength to strength. I've got so many people behind me here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like an apology, if I'm honest, John. It sounds like you got your fingers burnt a little bit, and I wish I hadn't got my fingers burnt. Doesn't sound like an apology.
Well, obviously, no one wants to do anything that upsets people.
You don't sound that bothered.
And that's the reason why I put the apology on there. To say to those people,
on
if it
what?
offended you, I'm sorry.
Put the picture... What, put the apology on the picture?
No, I put the apology on Facebook.
You said you hadn't been on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook.
So who put the apology on?
I asked Phonebox in Oni to put it on there for me.
What's the
which they
Facebook
did.
page? Tell me the Facebook page to go to. Let's go and have a look.
Facebook, I don't know.
Oh, brilliant. You've really looked into these complaints, haven't you, John? You're really concerned about it. Do we know the page, Catherine?
No, just let me explain. I'm not on Facebook, but you will find it on Oni notice board, I believe.
Is that what? Is that on Facebook?
Yes. Apparently.
I can't... Well, no, don't see it. Doesn't
You'll
come up.
find it, Ian, if you keep looking.
Oh, here we
You're
go.
probably
Yeah.
more familiar with it than I am.
Okay, well, I've got to join the group. So it's what I don't get,
And you'll find
John,
some lovely comments.
Yeah, I
on
bet there will be
for
some
people.
lovely comments. But do you know what? I'm furious with you because if my boy had found that, you don't seem to be addressing the fact that some people may have been incredibly offended by that. I don't need to see the picture of a dead 3-year-old boy on a beach to know that there's a problem. And any charity worth its salt will be able to convey that message without using that picture. It's lazy, it's intimidating, it's bullying.
Well, they're your words, but in actual fact...
They are my words, John. I just said them. Respond to it instead of hitting back with silly little things that don't mean anything.
You see, instead of talking about the issue, which is these poor people who are in trouble and we want to help them, you just want to talk about a picture.
Yeah, I want to talk about a really offensive flyer that you put through people's doors. We've spoken about the refugees. The refugee situation is a terrible situation. It's awful.
Who have been offended, I have apologised publicly. What more can I do?
Well, say it like you mean it, mate. Do you know what I mean? Looking back, I may have used a different picture. Well, that's not a convincing apology.
Well, I think it's fair because most people are okay with it. And you need to understand that, Ian. Why don't you talk about the people, the refugees?
Because, John, I have talked about the people several times, many, many times, OK? And I think what you did, honestly, if you'd have posted that through my letterbox, I would have been absolutely furious with you. I don't want my boys seeing. I don't want my boys seeing that.
Well, that's your opinion, Ian.
No,
it's
I
not
don't
the opinion of everyone.
No, it's not, John. And you really sound as though you couldn't give a stuff about the people that you might have offended or the kids you might have upset.
No, if I have offended people, I'm sorry, and I have apologised to them. And that's it. I've apologised. What more can I do?
You could say it like you mean it, John.
Well, I do mean it, and I've said it.
Okay, I'm not convinced, if I'm completely honest. I don't buy it.
That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, Ian.
John, OK. Well, thanks.
You should come and talk to people in the town and see what's going on here.
OK.
Come and talk to wards who have supported it. Come and talk to all the other people, to Phone Box Magazine, to Souls.
They supported, what have they supported, John? The charity or the picture?
Pardon?
What have they supported, John? The charity or the picture or the flyer?
They have supported what we're doing, only aid in taking aid.
No. That's not what, John, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. And I'm not in any way knocking taking the stuff to the refugees. I'm assuming you've sorted it out with the people that are actually working on site.
Yes, I have.
Excellent. I'm asking, are they supporting the charity or are they supporting the aggressive, offensive marketing techniques that you're employing?
Well, I put one picture on, then you're calling aggressive marketing.
It's not just one picture. It's not just one picture.
Using some very strong language.
Don't you think you're using pictures that could cause offence?
You might find that through this interview, you're alienating a lot of your listeners.
Well, I've got a tweet here from Rob. I hate these embarrassingly infantile bits. You're better than this. John is standing up to this idiocy well.
There you are.
Then Ian says, outrageous, you're putting that picture through doors. You know, John, I talk about what I believe in, and what I believe in is what you did is disgusting. Yeah, the charity might be doing some great work. Fantastic, well done. But it doesn't give you a free pass. It doesn't give you a get-out-of-jail card free. What you did was outrageous, and if you'd put that through my door, and my 3-year-old or my 5-year-old or me had picked that up, I'd be furious.
You're talking in very infantile terms there. You're talking.
Why don't you address what I've just said? Why don't you, instead of doing your snidey little laugh and your little bat backs, why don't you address what I've just said?
You're a professional interviewer.
Why don't you address the point?
And you're really quite hostile.
Why don't you address?
Calm down.
Why don't you address, instead of patronising me, John? Why don't you address the point I just made?
You. I'm just saying.
One more time, sir.
Calm down and talk about the issue.
One more time, sir. Why don't you address the point I just made?
I've addressed your point, Ian. And I've told you exactly what I've done. If it offended people, I've apologised. That's the best I can do. But I want to get aid collected and get it out there. I certainly don't want to upset people. And I put that right with a proper public apology. And I am sorry. What more can I say?
Thanks for your time, John.
All right, thank you for your interview, Ian.
Don't go putting pictures like that through people's doors again, will you?
I certainly won't. I will think about, if I do that, I will think about it a lot more carefully.
No, don't do it.
Future.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put pictures of dead kids through letterboxes, please. I'm begging you. I'm actually begging you. No, it's not a good idea, mate.
Thank you for your advice.
You're welcome. That's a freebie. You can have it one for nothing. What was interesting about that is we had lots of texters agreeing with me, and we had probably about the same number. I say it's pretty much 50-50, and it's very rarely we get that, completely disagreeing with me. And we spoke to some of those people on the telephone. Here's one.
There were pictures of dead children all over the front page of the Times.
What,
it's
today?
Been on Sky News, where kids can quite easily watch it.
People thank you. People have made the choice to have the Times newspaper put through.
But they don't print it, do they, sir?
I don't know why. Sorry, have we gone back to the 1800s? Oh no, you're trying. You think that by saying that you're beating me in an argument? You're not.
Oh,
people have
prominent. Very good.
Sorry. What did you say? I missed what
I'm telling you is.
I missed what you said. Go back, buddy. You've changed the whole thing now. What did you just say?
No, I mean, no. Let's not. Don't.
No, what did you just? No. You changed it. What did you just say? I missed what you just said.
It's where you're mocking me for being out of breath and trying to get off subject.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to get off the subject.
The issue.
I'm not mocking you for being out of breath. I think it's.
Talk him down.
People have made the decision to subscribe to the Times, so they know that by getting the Times, there is a chance there may be controversial and indeed shocking pictures on the front page of the Times. Now, whether the Times should have put that on the front page, that's a different argument. I don't think they should have, but they did.
Why don't you argue with them instead of that poor man?
Because they weren't posting leaflets through thousands of homes.
They do. That goes through thousands of.
No, you're not listening to the argument, dude. Yeah, because people have.
You're wrong. Everyone listening can tell that now. You've got no argument, have you? It's on Sky News. Dead children everywhere.
Not everyone. Well, James.
Kids can see it.
James.
It's on water.
James. There are not dead kids everywhere on Sky News. That's a lie.
There were, actually, when that was going on.
There were dead kids everywhere?
They were there, live on the beach.
And were they live or dead on the beach? What's going on? They weren't showing the live. They weren't showing pictures of dead children.
Dead children live
everywhere
from the beach.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if that was my daughter, you said if that was my daughter, right? Everyone's different. Maybe you would feel it was disrespectful. But
I didn't say didn't use the word James. I didn't use the word dis.
Honestly, if it was my daughter that was dead, and we were trying to escape, I wouldn't want her to die in vain. I would be happy for that picture to go viral. That's me.
Okay.
There is a serious issue.
James, we know there's a serious issue. James, we know.
If you can't deal with it and you want to live in your little bubble and not see it, that's fine.
No, James, the thing is...
At the poor guy
James,
because he's trying to do good.
James, couple of things. I wouldn't want a picture of my dead kid to be shown everywhere, if I'm completely honest.
Well, that's fine.
Let me address the points.
Okay.
We're not knocking any of the charities that are doing good work. We've spoken to a lot of the people that have been over to Calais. We've spoken to a lot of people that have done a lot of work for the charities. We're not knocking that. I'm not one of those idiots. Maybe you are, I don't know. But I'm not one of those idiots that needs to see a picture of a dead child to know that children are dying. I know that. I've read the stories. I've been reading the stories for the last couple of years. So I've known that. But I am very careful about what news broadcasts I watch if my children are in the room. Very careful, very selective. I would be furious if someone posted an unsolicited picture of a dead 3-year-old through my front door that my 3-year-old then picked up and saw.
What qualifies as unsolicited then?
I don't know what qualifies as unsolicited, but
with it, but this man couldn't.
I can tell you what unsolicited means. Sorry?
Distinguish the difference.
I will do.
Mainstream.
No. The first question was what's unsolicited. It's unsolicited. Yeah. Unsolicited are things, and I would have thought you'd have known this. Unsolicited, I will do. Unsolicited are things that are put through my letterbox that I have not asked for, that I have not subscribed to, that somebody else has decided should go through my letterbox. That's unsolicited.
What he did was a bit outrageous. I wouldn't do that myself.
Thank you very much indeed. We agree at last. Unbelievable. Oh, the text. And I was going to raise this as an argument to the gentleman about the charity leaflet. Thank you so much. Fifi sent this in. And I was going to use this as an argument, and the conversation went a different way. Here we go. I agree with you regarding the picture. As a bereaved mother myself, that picture broke my heart on every level. Everyone on social media was sharing it carelessly for days, and it was painful to see over and over. It just brought memories of my own child back. I can't be the only one that felt that way. I'm tearing up reading that text. And I was going to mention that. Supposing someone has lost a kid that week, that year, that decade, and that goes through your letterbox. You've got to weigh up the impact of what you're doing, and that is too strong an image to force on people's lives, into their homes. I'm not going to sit down with a 3-year-old and explain the Syrian refugee crisis because it's been prompted by a picture of a child that's washed up on the beach. Yeah, I can explain. Well, there are some people, there are wars, and you talk about guns and bombs and things. Actually, they're quite bad, and there are some people that aren't as lucky as us. I can have that conversation, but I'm not going to have a conversation prompted by that picture.
Well, firstly, I agree entirely with you. I don't think it should be thrust upon anybody at any age. If people want to go and look at what I consider to be the pornography of violence, and that's the bracket it should be put into, that they could go and look for it. I don't think it should be thrust upon us. I've actually been in zones where I've seen dead bodies. I don't want to see the thrust upon me in any shape or form because it brings back memories, and I don't want them. I made the mistake of looking up that photograph again after listening to you, and it's too much. It really is too much.
Well, firstly, if we inspired anybody to go and look at that picture, and do you know what, maybe I've been a little bit heavy-handed this morning and kind of trodden through this story. If anybody felt that they needed to go and look at the picture because of the conversations we've been having, I apologise, and I apologise to you, John, if we inspired that. Am I allowed to ask what scenarios you've been in where you've seen those horrific things? You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I would say it was with the forces. And the image of the forces that you see of our strong, brave lads, yes, for the most part, they are strong and brave. But when you get away from the situation and you start thinking about what you've seen, you're not so strong and brave.
No, it's real. You know, it's real. I can't. Go on, John. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Right, it's not just bodies wash up on beaches. I've seen bodies blown to pieces, and you don't want to see that. You really don't, especially on the press. There should. I know that there's this thing that says there's the freedom of the press, and that trying to actually control it. It seemed to be wrong, but there needs to be some control put into place. We do not need to see these things thrust upon us. Yes, put the information out there so it can be found and people can be told where to find it if they want to go and look at it, but we don't need to have it on the front page of a paper or anything like that.
Count me in.
Go on, Kath.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to night.
Oh, I sound like Mark Bolan there. Didn't you hear me when I did my S's? I can never do a sharp. No, Mark Bolan.
I was just getting over the.
I can no. I can never do a sharp S. I'll try that again. Count me in.
Can you not do the bit because it makes me?
Well,
feel
you do
funny.
that bit.
No.
You do that bit.
No.
You do that bit, Kels.
What bit? What's that?
Well, that bit where he was doing the pelvic thrust.
Okay, go on. Just come on. I just missed a phone call from my kids. Count me in. Come on.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nag.
No, it's not Bolan, it's Donovan. I'm singing it as Donovan.
Oh, Atlantis.
Just do it.
Atlantis, the lost city of Atlantis.
Such a weirdo.
Go. Donovan's not a weirdo.
You are.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nog me. Coming Tuesday, I feel better. Even my old man looks good. Well, Wednesday just won't go. Thursday go too slow. I got Friday on me mind. Dum 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 dum. I'm gonna have fun in the city.
No.
What?
That ends on I've got Friday on my mind, and then we go into Friday stuff.
Oh,
You broke his
bum.
flow.
Soz.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Your blood is mine. I'm gonna sit the stop. You touch my bum.
You don't know these
I'm
words.
gonna give you a stop.
Gonna give me what?
You'll never see. You what you got. Just coming through. Cause I got hot. Cause the home is gone.
Oh, hang on a minute.
No,
He's got it wrong. They've got to do the right version. They're 2 lines extra. Here we go.
Go.
Cause the whole world's got to see me.
This is not the right version. They've added... If you're going to do karaoke music, guys, and I'm going to pay for it, the whole...
No.
You've got to make sure you got the right number of bars in it. They've totally muffed this up. Michael Jackson's spinning in his luxury...
Cause the whole world's got...
No. This is outrageous. Here we go. It's got to be now.
So count and say...
Oh dear. So, what can you sing?
I can sing this.
Oh no, not this song. Please, no. No. It's too sad.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Hi there. I can sing any of them.
Who's playing this on a Bon Tempe? Oh no!
A whole album, baby, a whole album. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Ladies, will you please welcome to the stage Mr. Iain Lee. This is how I start the live shows. I come out full white face, the hair alight, holding a can of Pepsi. It's hilarious. You said you got it. This is too high for me. This one. This is not the version. This is not the version I would normally use. My favourite. Here's okay. Those guys. Those are the unsung heroes of pop. The backing singers on karaoke tracks. Those guys don't get the not backing singers. There's a documentary about them. Bit boring. These guys. All right. The backing singers on karaoke tracks. What are you doing today? I've got a gig recording. Oh yeah. You're doing Michael Jackson. Really? Beat It. Beat It's been out. Yeah, it's karaoke version. Give us a song, any song, and I can sing it. Go on.
Has it got to be Michael Jackson?
Primarily. Bill's on the line. Good morning, Bill.
Hi, good morning. In your vast repertoire of karaoke tunes,
yes, boss.
Do you have the karaoke version of the Heart to Heart theme tune?
Did you want to sing it, Bill?
Oh, I'm sure Iain knows the words far better than me.
Hang on, here we go. Here's Heart to Heart. Sexy lady, older man, even older man doing the cooking. There's a dog, a weird dog, solving crimes, making love. That's about right, but it's a long time since I've sung it.
Well, that was just absolutely super smooth.
In your country, Belgium, what noise do the police sirens make?
Pampon.
Pampon?
Pampon.
Pampon?
Yes.
Pampon?
Pampon, pampon.
Pampon, pampon.
That's it. But can I file the complaint?
You can do the complaint in a second. You've already done your complaint.
Is it? When?
So just do the police siren again.
Pampon. Pampon, pampon.
Okay. And it does it like that, hesitantly. Pampon? Pampon, pampon. Pampon.
That sounds like a sneaky police car.
Pampon, pampon, pampon. Is that how it does it?
I can't remember. I haven't been in Belgium for so long.
Yeah, that's why, because you're over here, because those sirens kept chasing you. Kelly, what noise do the police sirens here make?
Nino.
Yeah.
Nino, Nino. The fire brigade are woo, woo. No, they're not.
No, it's more woo, woo, woo.
That was good. She was good, wasn't she?
Yeah,
she's good with her mouth. I know woo woo.
No.
It says in the paper.
Woo woo is something different. That's not. That doesn't make a sound.
Hey,
I want to complain.
I'm sorry. I've finished. I'm off the clock. You can do honestly. You can do your complaint in a second. I just want to tell you something funny about Islamic State. Not often you hear that sentence.
Okay.
Give us. Sum up your complaint in 3 words, and then we'll do this. Then we'll do your complaint, Katya.
Me? Okay.
Well, there you go. That's your 3 words. So.
Pampon.
Terror Brit. Right. A British jihadi in Syria has revealed he's pining for fish fingers. Omar Hussein said food was the... Oh, they are lovely. Now I'm back on the meat. He wrote in a Q&A session on his blog, right, this is a jihadist. Someone said, what do you miss about England? He went... He said Jaffa cakes. Skittles. You see, guys, if you're listening in areas that we broadcast to, Beds, Hearts and Bugs, and you're thinking, I want to go and join the jihadists, I'm not sure. This is what you're going to miss out on. This is going to swing it. No Skittles, no apple pies, and no bird's eye fish fingers. So the former supermarket security guard fled High Wycombe, so he's local and vocal and hungry. In 2013, he added, I do not miss working in Morrison's. Even though it was a very relaxing job.
What, he prefers getting shot at?
He's got... I bet... I'm not... I don't want to libel the guy. I don't want to libel Omar Hussein, but I bet he was putting a few of those fish fingers in his pockets. I bet he was fingering the fish fingers. Katya, right, you called in to complain. What on earth would you like to complain about?
Iron Maiden.
Travel news for beds.
BBC Three Counties News and Sports, the next full bulletin at 8.
Here we go.
Come on, Ollie. Has he come in? Here we go. You rag around town like a fool and you think that it's groovy. You're giving it to some other guy who gives you the eye. You don't give nothing to me. You're painting a smile and you dress all the while to excite me. But don't you know it's turning me on? I know that it's wrong, but I can't stop the pain inside me, Ollie. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts through and through. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do? Oh, Ollie. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts through and through. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do without you? That's it, Ollie. Walking a dream, making the queen of the action. You're using every trick in the book, the way that you look. It's really something to see, Ollie. Just you know. But don't you know I'm out of my mind? So give me the sign and help me ease the pain inside me, Ollie. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts through and through. It's breaking my heart, but what can I do? I thought I know that one. So I'm going to bail now. I'm bailing. Right.
Thanks, Scott. As Jimmy says on Twitter, oh my God, what have I just heard on BBC Three Counties Radio? A car crash. Here we go. That was Scott Balcony singing to the Beds Police and Crime Commissioner, Ollie Martins. It was interesting. Turns out I can do Donovan singing the Easy Beats. Would you please welcome, live at the Royal Albert Hall, it's Donovan singing the Easy Beats. Monday morning feels so bad.
Can we leave?
Everybody seemed to nog me. Coming Tuesday, I feel better. Even my old man look good.
Bye! No. Yeah!
But then it sounds all abrupt.
Well, what do you want it to say? Oh, turn your microphone on. You do it then. You think you're Billy Big Balls. You do it.
How do you know? Can you see through my dress?
Yes.
Thanks everyone for downloading us and keeping us with you. You guys are the best. We love you. Even you.
Oh, that's so abrupt. You're so abrupt.
Open Cass mic.
Oh, why is I'm full of that nasal northern wine?
God, are you still here?
Yes.
No, I mean you, listener. Bye.
It's finished. But we're not allowed to. That's an abrupt finish. In case they're not, that's an abrupt finish. Life's abrupt. Well, that's an abrupt finish.
Turn your mic on.
I like it when we all say bye.
Bye.
I was hoping you were all going to sing the Easy Beats with Donovan.
Who shall I be? Cher.
What, share you? Share you, share me. That's how she got introduced to Sonny Boner. Share you, share me. And he went, what?
Maybe an abrupt ending was the best
Yeah.
after all.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.